Hello, ED105 students. I'm so excited about our upcoming semester. I just wanted to give you a few pointers about the syllabus this semester. Remember, our course meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 10:45 in room 12 in the library. Also, we are using a book this semester. You will need the book. If you're having trouble purchasing the book, keep in mind that it will be available on reserve in the library, so you do have that opportunity to use that. Remember to use my office hours. They're perfect for getting some help or tutoring on assignments, asking questions about assignments, or just hanging out and getting to know more about the course. Okay, so make sure you use them this semester. Students often don't use them, but they're there for that purpose. I will later put the calendar in Canvas so that if I need to make any changes, you'll see my Google Calendar and you'll be able to see the most updated calendar for when I'm available in the office. You also want to remember that you want to pay close attention to the learning objectives. This is what we're going to be learning this semester, so you'll see that on this slide and actually on the next slide. It's important that you understand you'll have many learning opportunities during this course to enhance your understanding of how to work with families in schools and community and in the community. We will have group discussions in and outside of the classroom in Canvas, so you want to make sure that you're fully engaged. We will have lectures and that will be interactive, and we'll be doing some class activities during that time. You'll have a diversity paper that you'll have to write this semester, teacher interview, community resource guide, and the final project. Keep in mind that the teacher interview, community resource guide, and final project all work together. We have created a tutorial that is available in the Manor library and the LibGuides for early childhood. So you'll have an opportunity to see that, and I would really stress that you use that during the semester and take a look at it. It's important that you keep up with your grades in Canvas and you understand how your grade is distributed. 15% of your grade is class participation. That's in Canvas as well as face-to-face. So you want to make sure that you are participating fully so you don't lose any points in that area. There's 3 quizzes, and then you can see the distribution for each of the assignments. So one assignment area is not going to kill you, but if you're doing poorly in others, you may want to think about what you need to do for the course. Attendance is very, very important. You're expected to be on time for class and to attend class regularly. I have found that students that don't attend class regularly or are chronically late tend to have lower grades. So you really want to make sure that you are coming to class and you're doing so on time. We do have and will be enforcing the new assignment policy. So you will notice this semester that if you are late for an assignment, you will be getting a deduction of a point a day for that the assignment is due late. So you really don't want to be late more than a day or two if you must be late. Personally, I think it's better to submit on time. That way, if you need to make corrections, you can do so. Keep in mind that the modules, once a module closes and we're moving into the next module, you will not be able to submit any of the assignments in that previous module. You will have to submit all the assignments by the time, either by the due date or if you must be late, and please don't do that before the module closes. And this is to keep you on track for the assignments, to help you do well on your quizzes, and quite frankly, on most occasions, doing that kind of chronic lateness ends up in a reduction in grades. So I know all of you want the best grade possible, and none of you want to fail. So please read that in depth And you will notice that if you are late, you will see that in Canvas. You also notice this semester we have moved to a new grade book for this course, and I'm using the new grade book for Canvas. So it will actually show you when you go to your grade tab when you're late, if you've missed an assignment. So you can always see in your grade tab what assignments you're missing, what you're late. Okay. The other piece is you want to make sure that every time you submit an assignment, you want to go in and look at the feedback. So I will be grading and returning assignments within 5 to 7 business days. As you know, I tend to grade quicker than later, so you could even get it within a day or two, but keep in mind 5 to 7 is pretty standard for most teachers. Also remember, we do have an academic honesty policy and a code of conduct. Everybody's expected to have good behavior in class. So when you are disruptive or you're using inappropriate language, you're coming in chronically late, that's a problem. Also, you want to remember that if you plagiarize, that can also be a serious problem. So you want to make sure that you don't plagiarize, whether you're self-plagiarizing or you're over quoting or you're just copying and pasting. You really want to get out of the habit of doing that. And the best way to not plagiarize is actually to do something called paraphrasing. So we'll talk a little bit about that when we're face-to-face of what that looks like. Keep in mind, we have a cell phone policy, we have a children on campus policy. As you know, we are all adults in terms of the cell phone. So I tend to not be police cell phones, but when you do use your cell phone, and I do notice because I have very, very good hearing, it's distracting not only to me but also your peers. Also, those who text frequently or are on their phone frequently tend to ask questions over that we just discussed. So don't be that person. Be attentive, put your phone away, put it on vibrate. If you must take a call because you have an emergency, because someone is sick or your child is sick, please just step out of the room to take the phone call. Okay? Also remember, Manor has a children on campus policy. It's in the student handbook, but we have now put it in our faculty syllabi to you. So as you can see, children are not supposed to be on campus. They're supposed to be in the company of their parent, guardian, or administrative staff or faculty member. They are not to be in the classroom. So students, you cannot bring your children or nieces or nephews to the classroom. It's important that you use all the resources that we have on campus, including the Learning Center, which houses the Math Lab, the Writing Center, and also the library. The Learning Center is a great place to get tutoring. You can take workshops on improving certain areas of your writing, and therefore, so remember that's free, and you don't have to use it because you have a problem. You can use it before you need help. So it's always good to tap into those resources. As you all know, I'm a fan of the library. It's better to do your studying in the library. You always have access to a computer, you always have access to the internet, and you always have access to all the library resources, including the librarians. I would really tell you it's best to make a practice of 2 things. One, finding time during the week to spend time in the library, and use that time to use that time to study. You want to do 2, you want to have a study group. I've seen many of you who study in groups, and that's a great thing. I would encourage you to continue to do that, and make sure you do that. Canvas, as you know, houses our course. Even though our course is face-to-face, we will be using Canvas. So it is expected that every day you check in to see what you need to do in Canvas or what assignments you need to do to prepare for our face-to-face class. Each week, I will send a message about what we're going to do and what you should do. So make sure you're checking the announcements. Always read the announcements. I would say a third of the students actually read the announcements, and those that don't are the ones that tend to have more problems in the course. Remember to always use your Canvas email to email me about the course directly. It's important that you put something in the subject line. Never leave it blank. Always has something in the subject line, and it should pertain to what you're talking about in your email. As you know, I am the email queen, so you can always reach me through email, except when I'm sleeping. Okay? Lastly, I want you to remember that if you have accommodations, you should remember each semester you have to go back to the Disability Service Office and ask for those accommodations again and make an application for that. Remember, that is driven by you, so if you don't do it, you won't get the accommodations for the class. I will say, though, that because I am an early childhood professor and I was a trained teacher, I use a lot of accommodations already for all students in the course. Keep in mind that the syllabus, at the end of the syllabus, you have how the modules are laid out, what topics we're going to talk about, the reading assignments, and when assignments are due. Please, take that section, actually print out that section and use it as a check mark to see what you need to do each week. Remember, you do need to do the readings. You will need them to help you to take the test or the quizzes. My philosophy with quizzes is that I have them, they're open book. You also have they're untimed. Now keep in mind that does not make it easier, so you still need to read the text. You'll have a lot of questions that are application, and to do well on those questions, you must have read the book and understand what you have learned in the lectures and so forth. You'll get 2 tries for the quiz. Remember, you want to do the quiz the day it's due, and then if you need to take another chance, you can take it that day or you can take it the following day. Please don't wait. Do it late, because then the late assignment policy is going to go into effect and you're going to lose points because you did the quiz late. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to give you some more pointers about the course later, but I just wanted to give you a short tutorial on what the syllabus looks like and important stuff. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday, the 14th, bright and early at 9:30.